Welcome back to Local 4 today. Time now 6:37. Well, I'm pretty much well rested and recovered following my husband and I's 6-day trip with holiday vacations. We were lucky enough to take a trip to San Antonio, then stop through Houston, and then finally ending in New Orleans. It was filled with cuisine and culture. So as Travis took you through his tour up to Canada, I'm going to do the same here. So it's in best order as possible here, but we arrived in San Antonio. We enjoyed our stay for 2 nights there. We were right in the Riverwalk. It's very charming, has lots of eateries dotted along the pathways. And then the next day we explored. We did lots of exploring of the San Juan and San Jose missions. I'm not sure if you've been to those before, Ian, but they're really neat. I didn't know a whole lot about them prior, but they were made in the 1700s from Spaniards who came to the continent and brought Christianity to the indigenous people. And of course, that's where they kind of stayed and whatnot. And then we ate at lots of really cool places. This place right here was a historic flour mill, and there was a canal there along as well. San Antonio is very beautiful. We had not been before. And then, of course, we went to the Alamo, had to check out the Alamo, which was really neat as well. It's, of course, where Davy Crockett passed away. It was bigger than we expected. Everyone told us to, not be too enthused about it, but it was really cool. And then on our way to New Orleans, we were in Houston, and we went to the NASA Space Center. We also went to the Tabasco plant, the only one in the country, in the world actually, yeah, that makes Tabasco sauce. So we saw how that's done, and then we went to an old plantation, which has been kind of converted. You can still take tours, which we did, but it's called the Hummus House. It's about an hour away from New Orleans. It was absolutely beautiful. They have like a garden, and it was gorgeous. The pictures don't even do it justice. It was probably one of my favorite things. Let's see, and then the night before that we also went to a really cool little seafood place, but definitely got to try a lot of different cuisine. We did like the cemetery tours. Of course, they're all above ground in New Orleans, so that's where we ended our 3 days. We did beignets at Café du Monde, and we went on the steamboat on a boat. So it was like it was rebuilt in the 1900s, like 1970s, but it's based off of a boat from the 1800s, and we were on the Mississippi, so that was really neat. We also did lots of different cuisine tours. We did a cooking class, the New Orleans School of Cooking. We went to the World War II Museum. We stayed in the French Quarter for 3 nights down in New Orleans, so we had a good time down there just to really got to get immersed in the culture. I went to a really nice jazz brunch at the Court of Two Sisters. That was really cool. So we just did a lot of really fun things. The neat thing about this is, at least for my husband and I, is it was different things that we wouldn't have put on our to-do list. Say we decided to go to San Antonio or New Orleans. A lot of these things we wouldn't have known about, wouldn't have thought to go to or to check out or to sign up for. We would have probably saw it in passing and thought, oh, that would have been neat to do, like the steamboat ride. Like we never would have done that, and that ended up being one of our highlights. So there was just a lot of really cool and neat things. The people were amazing that we were on the trip with. Most of them were from Nebraska, but we had some from North Dakota. We had a couple that's originally from Australia. They, the one fella, he actually works for the embassy, for the Australian embassy. He's an ambassador down in Washington, D.C., so he and his wife do these trips around the country just to kind of immerse themselves and see different things across the states while they're here. So, yeah, there was just people from all over. It was a really good time, though. So
sounds like a very fun time.
I did bring you guys back some stuff, but I'll wait until Travis gets back. There's nothing that special to show, but just think Tabasco and think the Alamo. So
all right, sounds good.
So yeah, but again, was just very fortunate to have the trip courtesy of Holiday Vacations. They do kind of a promotion with Local4, and so I was just grateful. It's been 7 years in the making. I've been here for 7 years, so I was really hoping for one of these trips. So very fortunate, and it's definitely memories for my husband and I for a lifetime. So yeah, we really enjoyed it. So hopefully you'll get to take one as well someday.
Absolutely.
All right, well, stick with us. We've got more coming up after the break.